Okay guys, today we're going to be going over leather cleaning using KLINs. This is from their interior series. It is a water-based foaming leather cleaner. It has detergents in it that will both clean and hydrate the surface, and it can be used in a couple of different ways. Today we're going to be using it as just a standalone cleaner and protectant for the leather seats in my X5. This is my daily driver. It has 118,000 miles on it, and it does not get detailed nearly as often as it should be. Alternatively, you can also use it prior to two of their protective products, one being Nourish, their interior quick detailer and protectant, seen right here. We have a video for this as well. I'll put it in the description of this video. I encourage you guys to check that out. It's a really unique and very simple to use product. The other option is you can use it prior to their leather coating, Guardian, which we will be doing a video on as soon as it comes in. You'll notice that the bottle for this one has their old labeling on it, Concours. They've since rebranded to NV. We really like the marketing. We like the bottles a lot and the way they look. And you'll notice that if you do end up buying this from us, the bottle will be different. We're actually going to be the US importers of this brand, and we're extremely excited to bring it on. Everything that we've used from them is extremely innovative. It works very, very well, and it's extremely user-friendly. So there's a couple of different ways I like to use KLINs. One is the more typical, I'll say traditional way, with a leather cleaning brush. I recommend this for the higher traffic areas that you have more surface area. So the bottoms of the seats, the backs of the seats, the bolsters, maybe the center console. But for the more intricate areas, I actually like to use the KLIN bubble towels. They come as a 2-pack, and I'll explain later why this is really useful. But mainly the reason why I like to do that is because in these areas you have things like the electronic buttons, the plastics, navigation screens, gauge clusters, what have you. And I find that sometimes when using the brush, you can get a little bit of overspray and create extra steps for yourself in the detailing process. So this product is completely safe. So if you do happen to get it on some of those surfaces that I mentioned, don't worry, it will wipe right off with ease. It's not a problem. It really is a matter of preference, but I'll be showing you guys both ways how to do it. So to use it with the brush, we're simply going to apply it directly to the area and use the brush to gently agitate. You don't need to use any pressure at all. Just get the product agitated and make sure you get even coverage. After agitating, I like to let the foam sit for around 30 seconds just to let it continue to clean. One thing that we've noticed about this product that we really like here is that some leather cleaners can tend to be overly harsh, and they will leave the leather feeling stiff and dry afterwards, and it requires you to condition it in order to feel hydrated again. This product does a really great job of, in one step, cleaning and leaving the leather feeling completely hydrated and soft. So whether you choose to top it with Nourish or Guardian, or just use it on its own, it leaves the leather feeling as it should, not overly greasy or shiny, or on the other end of the spectrum, stiff and dry. So now that I've let it sit for a little bit, I'm gonna take my bubble towel and simply wipe it off. I would describe the scent as neutral with a little bit of citrus. It's not overwhelming or offensive by any means. It just leaves the interior feeling fresh and clean. So as you can see, picked up a little bit of dirt. I'm not sure how well the camera's picking this up, but this is a bright blue towel, and now it has a pretty good hue of brown to it from all the filth. So as you can see, it's drying here a little bit, but the leather is not overly greasy or shiny, and it feels very soft to the touch. So the second way I like to use it is using the towel itself as my medium for agitating the cleaner. So you can see this bubble towel has a nice weave to it. They call it a bubble towel because it has this bubble weave in it. And that in itself will create a scrubbing effect, so to speak. It's perfectly safe. It's not gonna mar or scratch anything on the interior. We actually use these with distilled water to wipe down piano black trim, and we get no scratches doing that. So I'll use this to clean my steering wheel. I'm simply gonna put some into the towel. I like to work it around into the towel a little bit, and then I can wipe. And again, I'm not using any pressure. I'm simply just making sure to agitate and get sufficient coverage. I really like this method a lot for areas like stitching, where I'm worried that a brush might be overkill and possibly do some damage to the stitching, as to where this towel, it might take a couple more passes, but I'm not ever concerned about it causing any damage. So as you can see, picked up quite a bit of filth there on the towel. And my final step that I like to do is use the white towel. This one is not quite as stark white as they normally are because it's been used quite a few times and washed a bunch of times. But the reason why I like using the white towel as my final wipe down is it really lets you know if you missed any areas during the cleaning step, because if you did, it's not going to come back perfectly white. So I'm simply just going to wipe the areas that I cleaned to make sure there's no cleaner left behind, and to ensure that I did a thorough job detailing the leather. So my towel came back white, which means we did a great job, and the leather is left feeling perfectly soft, and it's not shiny or greasy, which is exactly what we want. So I hope this video helps you guys. All the products in this video can be found on our online website, parkscarcare.net. We'll be doing videos on the entire NV series as it continues to come in. So if you guys have any suggestions or questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments or shoot us an email, and we'll make sure to get to that. Thank you.